Yo, what's going on today, guys? My name is Dexter, and today I've got something quite special, or at least I think it's special. I actually did one of the hardest paths in variant 6. It's the weakness path, I think, in what's it called? Chapter 2.2. And they're just some really difficult fights. Up first, this is Mojo, and I thought, I'm gonna make a guide on it, help you guys out, because I actually had to do a lot of planning. I watched some videos on it, and I think I found the perfect combination of characters to use that are helpful, and also, this was a nice dex of the special actually, and also just things I did in the fights to make them easier. Now, first is Mojo. If a buff expires on you, he actually is going to gain like his death field. So I always, before I knew I could go to a special 3, I only did like short heavies to not get too many prowess on me that was going to expire. Only when he already had thrown his special 2 and I knew I could get to my special 3 before he could, I was going to throw my charge up my heavy more, so that none of the buffs was going to expire on me. So this was actually a really clean Mojo fight. He dies, I'm at I think 99, I can see 99 or 98, so really good fight. A little bit about my team, because this next fight, this Hulk Ragnarok is metal, so I'm just going to do the same thing with Magneto. But a little bit about my team: I brought Magneto, Doom and Void as like my 3 main guys. And Magneto is going to handle all the metal characters and the Nick Fury on this fight. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. And then I have Doom for the boss. I think I could have done the boss with basically anyone, but I used to, in my first run through, I actually soloed him with Ghost, but I didn't have 2 spots on my team. I couldn't bring Ghost and Wasp, so I tried it with Doom, and it was actually so easy with Doom. So I think I could have done it with like a 3-star Doom, if I'm being honest. But so this is also just a standard fight. I'm just building up my prowess. I'm blocking just the special ones. I don't want to get clipped, and there's a good chance Magneto, because this guy's metal, that is gonna actually perfect block this special. So anyways, and then my other one, I have Void. And I have Void basically for one fight. I use him for a couple more fights, and I actually almost mess up that I can't use him for the fight I actually did bring him for. But I actually brought him for the Torch that's at the end. Because how Torch works, he's obviously the best counter against a Mystic Champion, so I couldn't bring my Doom against him. So I'm actually going to Doom this, Elsa Bloodstone. So, but anyways, about that Torch, if you block the last part of his special 1, he's actually going to get a Smolder. And then once you start attacking into him, he's going to get an Incinerate. And Void is Incinerate immune. So I thought, that's going to work out perfectly. I'm just going to do that easily. And then the other ones on my team are Sabretooth and Guardian. Now, Guardian obviously has a really nice synergy that grants everyone on the team plus 1,000 block proficiency, I think. So that's just to keep my champions more healthy, because I actually just wanted to get through this and make a guide on it, and then I actually did it itemless. So I was really chuffed about that. And I brought Sabretooth actually for his synergy with Magneto, because I saw a video where if you heavy Magneto at the right time, he's gonna gain, or if you heavy Nick Fury with the Sabretooth synergy, he's actually gonna get a heal block, and if you time it right, you can basically shut down his whole second life. So I tried that. And you're gonna see it in a bit, but that didn't work for me. So I'm talking over these fights because these are basically fodder. There's nothing about this Elsa Bloodstone that is difficult. It's Elsa. You've gotta watch out a bit for her. I think if you get parried, she evades and hits you, and you get a Incinerate. But nothing's gonna happen with that if you use a strong character like Doom. So this is a really difficult path, and I would say that Mojo was this was nice to reparry, but that Mojo is really difficult. But with Magneto, if you time your prowesses right, it's just gonna be easy. So this Elsa drops. I don't know what the next fight is, but that's what was my thought behind my team. I'm actually really glad how my team turned out. It's like it covers everything. But yeah, the only thing I kind of messed up was the fight against Nick Fury. I mean, you're gonna see it. It's kind of hilarious because I think if I did that fight how it was supposed to go with like the heal block, because like I mean, you guys are gonna see it in a second, and I want you guys to tell me why that didn't work, because for some reason he wasn't heal blocked, so he just started regenning. So I was like, oh my god, shit. So then I kind of freaked out, and then it was a whole thing. But up is this Juggernaut, and this is nothing special. It's just a Juggernaut fight. I think in hindsight I would have taken this with Doom if I had known how my champions were looking, or like because I mean, Doom can nullify is unstoppable, that's one. Not that I probably wasn't going to do it in this fight, but I actually thought this was going to go a lot quicker, but it actually took a lot more effort than I thought. So yeah, in the future I would probably not have taken this with Void, also because I also messed up my Itemless run almost, because I'm actually going to get clipped by this Juggernaut once, and I'm going to go to like 40% health, and I'm really not that good at fighting Torch, or at least like dexing his special one. So he's going to gain some smolders, and I'm going to he's going to hit into my block a couple times with a special. So I'm actually it's going to be a bit tricky at the end almost with Void against that Torch. So and then the only one that I could do the fight with is Doom after that against that Torch, and that would have just been horrendous. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna get there in a little bit, because this is a longer video, because this fight or this path is really long, and like all the defenders on this one are tricky in some way, unless you bring the right counters, because like that Mojo is so tough. But yeah, Magneto just made him just a piece of cake. Like I think this game is all about counters. If you bring the right counters to any fight, like you can solo any fight, except maybe in the Abyss, but when it has nodes and health pools like this. So here I get clipped, I drop down to 47%, which obviously wasn't great, and now I go to 42, and I'm like, oh damn, I really need him for that Torch fight. So yeah, because I know I'm not going to be able to dex that Torch's special one, so he's going to gain the smaller, so I need an Incinerate immune. And my boy, what's his name, sorry, Void is the only Incinerate immune I have. And here again, I was like, I kind of need to use Void, because if this guy does for some reason gets to a special, I can't actually, and I can't evade that. I'm going to get the Incinerate, and then I'm just going to degen to death. And again, because Void is Incinerate immune, he can just, not get that Incinerate. So that was the plan. I actually brought Void for this fight as well. I forgot to say that. I said I only brought him for the Torch fight, but I brought him for this Longshot fight as well. I'm pretty good at dexing Longshot special one, so I have no problem with just dexing that one the whole time. Some people prefer to block it, which is fine as well, because it doesn't do too much damage. So I guess maybe it's not really worth it to block it, but I thought, like, yeah, I need my Torch healthy, or sorry, my Void healthy for the Torch fight. And yeah, I'm quite comfortable with evading or dexing that one, so that was fine. Also, maybe you guys seen it by now that I always start with 3 perfect block charges, and that's the synergy Sabretooth and Guardian have with each other, that everyone in the team except for Guardian or Sabretooth, I can't remember, starts with 3 perfect block charges, which is nice. It's nothing too major, but I need both of them on the team. Or I guess I didn't need Guardian, but it was just a really nice synergy to have with the amount of blocking I had to do. And that's just a synergy. If you want to go itemless for something, that's really useful, just because it keeps your champions that you do want to use a lot more healthy. Because when I started this run, I was like, okay, I need Magneto 100%, I need Doom 100%, and I need Void 100%. And the rest of the 2, I was just looking around them, and then I thought, like, hey, this Sabretooth could like completely shut this Nick Fury down with a synergy to like heal block. So that's what I tried to do. It didn't work, but yeah, I mean, this this next Spidey is gonna get crumbled like the little Spidey he is, because he's metal, and Magneto is just gonna toss him right in the bin, because that's what Magneto does with metal champions. So yeah, after this it's gonna get a little bit dicey. Like, this is the last like easy fight. Well, I guess the Mojo fight wasn't that easy, but you know, these were some couple easier ones. But still, I actually had some trouble in the past with Stealth Suit Spider-Man for some reason. I don't know, when he was like the boss in the Cavalier one, I think. I had trouble with him until I got Magneto, and now it's just lights out for this Spidey. Like, you know, he's just not going to get much done. The only issue that I found was that he wasn't throwing a special one. So I had to like dance around him for so long because he just wasn't throwing it for some reason. So yeah, I don't know why. It was really annoying. I was getting a bit scared, to be honest. I was like, damn, like, am I really gonna mess up? Because I really needed my Magneto for that Nick Fury, or at least I thought. But yeah, so you know, I was playing it nice and slow. I was just waiting for him to throw that special one. He wasn't throwing it. And finally he threw it, and I was like, you know, I'm not even going to try and evade that. I didn't get the perfect block, unfortunately, so I took quite a bit of block damage, like 1300, which is, you know, annoying. Now he throws it again, and yeah, now the fight's pretty much under control, because I know I'm going to get to a special 3 before he can get to a special 3. So yeah, that's basically how I think. And with Magneto, then the fight's basically over. Now he starts cooperating, which is nice, but you know, it's not needed. So I just go for a special 3, I think. Yeah, I can't really see my meter of my specialty. Loaded up, 41 prowess charges should be more than enough. I think if this Spidey was 100%, he would still die, because the bleeds after this and then the aftershock, it would definitely kill him. So, you know, Magneto is just a beast for metal, but you guys know that. So now comes the difficult fight. I honestly believe I could have done this run deathless. If this didn't happen, what's going to happen here? So I just saw this video that you could heal block him, and then at the end it wouldn't get purified, and then you'd be all good. So as you can see, those green 2 charges that used to be 3 now block, now it's 1. Those are my perfect block charges. I get 3 from the Guardian Sabretooth energy. But anyway, I was just building up my prowess. Like, this guy wasn't metal or anything, so you know, I wasn't expecting that my special 3 was gonna like hit super hard. But you know, if you get a lot of prowess, like, it's still gonna hit hard, but obviously not as hard against metal. So you know, I was just thinking, like, I can see the heal block, it looks good. I was a bit unhappy that this guy threw a special, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna play it slow. I'm gonna get this solo on this guy. You know, a 50k Nick Fury. I would be quite happy with the solo. So I was just chilling. 5 prowess now, you know, nothing much. Now he's out of those charges again, so it's like, okay, throw my heavy, and then he threw this thing again, which is annoying. Like, why don't hold on to it, mate? Like, your special 2 is so much easier. And so yeah, I mean, this fight, like, if you play with a mutant, like, he's not going to get charges when you hit him, I think, something like that. So that's also a good reason to do Magneto. Here I just want to get hit one more time, so I get pushed to my special 3. And actually this did a lot more damage than I thought it was gonna do. Like, it's almost gonna kill him, I think. I'm like, oh damn, I gotta apply the heal block. But I'm like, okay, well, he's heal blocked, you know, this should be fine. So I heal block him one more time, and he like regenerates a full. Like, what? Like, why? Like, I literally saw a video doing someone doing the exact same thing, and yeah, heal blocking him there. So I don't know why I didn't punish that. I was just a bit in shock. I was like, there's no point in me really hitting him, because, you know, he's just gonna degenerate. But yeah, I was just in shock of him not, like, well, staying at 1% health. So I was a bit sad about that, because, like, at this point I kind of knew I'm not gonna solo this guy. Now I got intercepted for some reason, but I was also thinking, like, damn, like, if only I'd hold on to my special 3. But you know, it's all good. Like, I still have like 2 other fodder champions I can throw at it, and because these guys are not villains, and like the villain tech, they're not going to take damage from any other source, and they're going to do 200% more damage, I think. So my saber, I actually got clipped here, so like they're not taking damage, they're only taking the degen damage. So I'm just going into them, like, I'm just trying to do as much damage as possible. But yeah, like, it still isn't much. So like, I get him down to 21% and I die. So this is not a deathless, unfortunately, but it is itemless, because I'm not going to have to revive or put potions into anyone. Now I have my Guardian. I'm like, okay, dude, you gotta do some work, please. So I block and he hits a nice heavy for me. Then I stop. I hit an intercept, I think. No, I just go in after this heavy. Then I hit him a couple times and then I intercept, I think. So this was quite nice. I luckily push him over that threshold, hit another intercept, which was really key. And now he's down to 4%. And now I know, like, okay, I can go in with someone else and finish him. I tried to go for another backdraft, didn't work. 3%, I'm like, okay, fine. Like 3% Nick Fury, like, that's fine. Like, I can just bring someone else in. I'm like, okay, should I use Void or Doom? I'm like, okay, Doom. Like, Doom should be fine. He does more damage, just 3%. Just gonna try and bait out a heavy. And this guy cooperates. I'm like, yes, okay, Doom, kill him, dude. Kill him. I'm like, yes. So he did go down. Now I only have 2 guys left, but that doesn't matter. I wasn't gonna use Magneto or... what's his name, Void, for any other fight. So yeah, this Quake, man, fuck, like, this is a difficult fight, just because if you mess up once, you're basically dead. If you don't dex the special 1 well, you're dead. Like, you get the aftershocks on you, you die. If you hold your block too much, she aftershocks you die. You get stunned, you die, you know. So, you know, you get the gist. I just can't mess up here. And she's being really nice with her specials, actually. She's not throwing them. So I'm like, okay, one more. Okay, I'm like, please get the special 3. And I get them. I'm like, yes, okay. And now I know the fight's over. Just because I'm really good with the Doom cycle. I just put her in there and, it's done. Well, not really, like, stuff can still obviously go wrong. But I'm like, oh my God, thank God I got to special 3. This is a really difficult fight and you can for sure mess up on it. Like, this is, like, in hindsight, this is probably the... Sorry, my phone actually cut out because I was at 10%, so, like, the audio stopped recording. So yeah, maybe in hindsight this was one of the more difficult fights. I just really dislike fighting Quake. I feel like so much can go wrong at any time. So I'm like, please, Doom, kill her. And this doesn't do it. I'm like, okay, well, one more special 2, shit, do the trick. I'm like, okay, nice. Now comes up a difficult fight again, because well, I'm not the greatest at fighting Torch, but I do have... Oh, it's actually Corvus Glaive. Yeah, I'm just gonna Doom this guy. Nothing much to this. I mean, you don't want to take any blocked hits because he can crit through your block. So yeah, so I'm just gonna, parry. I have the 3 perfect block charges, which are nice. I'm just gonna, do the Doom thing, try and get to an SP3 and have Corvus have as much power as possible. So, I mean, it's going well. I hit a nice, like back parry, I think you can say. I don't know what it was, but I was just happy I hit it, I guess. But, yeah, I'm just building up to my special 3 as you do with Doom, yeah, Corvus just, I mean... He's tricky. I don't really like evading his SP2, so I always try and keep him at the SP1 level. Just because it's like his SP2 is unblockable, and I know if you like mess up, you can get clipped by that. So I always prefer the SP1. But here we go into the Doom cycle. I actually get a message that I'm at 20% battery, but I'm like, perfect timing. I'm in the SP3 animation. Like, that doesn't matter if you don't get it. So yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I'm recording this right after I've done this. So this was the 20% like battery low message, and I now got the 10%. That's why my audio cut out. So that's actually kind of funny. That you can really see how my battery life is going. But here I'm just trying to get an SPT. I mean, he evades that or like dexes that, and then I don't get like punished for it, which was nice. And now I'm like, okay, well, this isn't really the Doom cycle anymore. So I'm just gonna go back into an SP3, try and get him into that again. Doom is a good counter for this. He just is like, basically anyone that you don't want to have a lot of power, you just bring Doom. Anyone really, like, he can handle a lot of stuff. He can't, however, handle this Torch next because he is a Mystic, so he's just gonna get burned to death. So I was actually really scared for my Itemless because I actually thought I wasn't going to make it because my Torch is a little bit low, and I think if I wasn't trying an Itemless, I actually would have healed up. And 50% should still be enough, but I just can't evade this guy's special ones. Like, I'm so bad at it, and he has like 200k health. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, let's just see how this goes. I did expect, however, to get a one-shot here. Like, this is already my first mistake. You always should try and dex the last part, but for some reason my thing just doesn't dex it. Like, I'm pretty good at like dexing specials, but just this guy's, man, I just can't do it. So yeah, normally I just take it into block, and if I have full health void, like, that's fine. Like, if I mean, this is just a really long path, and I should have actually dexed it here, but I just should have tried and like keep my void more healthy, because like he was basically my only counter for this fight, and this fight can, you know, get out of hand quick, just because if you don't bring it in here, I get clipped because I try and dex it. Nice one. But yeah, because this fight is just so with the smolders and the incinerates, like, if you don't have a counter to that, like, I think, and you're like as bad as me at evading this guy's specials, I think it's really handy to bring in incinerate immune. So I brought void because, you know, he's like rank 2 6-star, so I mean he really should be able to do it. But yeah, it's getting a bit sketchy. I'm getting a bit low. I'm at like 18% or something. I can't really see it, and this guy's only at 40%. So I'm like, shit, like, I still need to go so much, and like, there's no way Doom would be able to do this if this guy was at 30% health. So I know I have to do a lot more to like at least give Doom a chance. If I can't solo this, I have to bring this guy as low as possible. So, you know, I'm just going in there. I'm like, Fear of the Void is active. I'm doing more damage now. I should just go in, you know. So that's what I'm gonna do. 8%, 5%, 18%. I still don't know if like Doom would be able to solo this, because he's like 50% health. So I'm like, okay, he still got to go lower. And this guy is at 8%. I'm like, I'm gonna do it, and then my debuff's off. I'm like, no, like, why Fear of the Void? And then I don't next this, and he's at 3%. But I'm like, okay, you know, okay, Doom should be able to do 3% of this void, or of this torch. I mean, you know, like, he, like, if you can see, like, just look at him, like, how quickly this guy already builds up his smallness. Like, I would have been burned to death in seconds. Like, it's actually mental. Like, I mean, you can really see it, but yeah, Torch just builds up so quickly against Mystics. I actually thought, because I paused the video like when I defeated that Juggernaut, because I needed energy, and I actually didn't plan it out right. I guess I miscounted, so I actually didn't have enough. So I just popped a little energy refill, small one, and then I went in here. Now, I've already done this fight once with Doom, and it was really easy. So, you know, this is just going to be a nice Doom fight. Put him in the Doom cycle once or twice, because this guy does have like 300k health or something. But yeah, I wasn't worried about this fight at all. As I said, I could have done this fight with, I don't know, like a 3-star Doom, 4-star Doom. It would take a long time, but this guy, first of all, doesn't hit hard, especially not with the synergies I have. Yeah, and he's just, you know, he's throwing his specials, which I don't really want, but at the same time I don't really mind either, because then he gets a shock, and then I can just like heavy on that, because of Doom's ability to, when the opponent's shocked, if you hold your heavy, you can actually punish them. But or they become like passively stunted, you can like heavy them. But you guys probably know how Doom works, you know, he's been around for quite a time. So I mean, I've just put this guy in the Doom cycle. It's just an easy fight. Like, this variant overall is really easy, but this path, man, I'm really happy I did this itemless. I don't think I've used a single revive for me going for 100%, because I've now completed chapters 1 and 2 100%. This was my last part of chapter 2. Now I've only got to do chapter 3 100%, and then I get the nice rewards. I'm trying to upgrade my torch to rank 5, not rank 3, to take into the abyss. And then hopefully, man, hopefully I can pull that catalyst to put my 6-star rank 2 awakened ghost to rank 3. I mean, how crazy would that be? I'm at level 53. How cool would that be if I could actually do that? But yeah, this is going pretty well. I'm just pushing his power as high as possible, 15%. I think I started the fight with like 60% health. I'm now at like 58 or something. So, you know, this is just a really easy fight. Just Doom's block efficiency already is really high, and then with the Guardian synergy it just becomes crazy. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys, you know, this is going to help you. Let me know if it did. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. You know, if you like the channel, do give a subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.